Hey, how are you? Welcome to Steve Greenhalgh Stuck in a Truck. Today I'm going to talk about activity goals, why they're more important than outcome goals, how to set them, and really how to achieve those outcomes that you truly want. If you enjoy this video, please leave a comment below. And if you don't enjoy this video, leave a comment below. Just let us know how you feel. Remember, people will get a lot of benefit from your comments and your perspectives. I truly appreciate any input. Okay, if you want to subscribe to the channel, hit the little subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell to get those notifications. We launch new content every Wednesday. Okay, so activity goals as opposed to outcome goals. And the reason I'm talking about this today, I had a conversation with a coaching client of mine yesterday who was struggling to maintain her motivation to get going, to get any sort of traction at all. And I said, well, what is it you're trying to do? And she said, well, I really want to get to a level where I have 100 members. And I don't know what sort of time span that I need to expect that to happen in. And she was setting an outcome goal as opposed to an activity goal. And I understand why, that's the outcome I want. That's what I'm going to achieve. And I really get that that's where she started from. But when I went through the whys and the wherefores of what she was doing this for, the outcome really was almost demoralizing, because starting from 0 to get to 100, it's a massive step. And how long will it take her to get to member 1, member 10, member 30, member 50? It's very difficult without any data to extrapolate those numbers. And so my advice to her, and to anybody really starting on any sort of route or journey of this nature, is set an activity goal. So let's put this into perspective. Say my weight loss journey. I knew that I wanted to lose an awful lot of weight, but I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know how big a number that was. I knew the activity that I had to do, which was eat a certain way for a length of time, healthily, with a medium amount of exercise. And I knew that if I stuck to that, and so I broke that down into 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, so 21 meals, 7 pieces of exercise. And if every meal was within certain parameters, I got a tick in the box. I never got on the scales midweek. I never got on the scales at any stage apart from weekly check-in. I just worked out the meals I was going to eat, when I was going to eat them, what snacks I was allowed. If I wanted to be a bit of sort of go off plan, I was allowed certain, we call them sin foods at Slimming World, which have a Google for sins in Slimming World. That'll tell you what that's about. But I knew that if I trusted in the process and followed through on the activity, and the activity goal is the important thing, the activity around the goal, I knew that I would get the result that I was looking for. And I think the most important message I had for the client yesterday, and I think the most important message I have for you, is if you focus on the activity and detach from the outcome and just do the work, as long as you're doing the right work. And that's where having a coach comes in, because we can tailor the work or the activity that you need to do to achieve the outcome. As long as you're doing enough of the right work, the result becomes inevitable. Even if you have a couple of slips, I would always have what I called a dirty day, where I'd have bars of chocolate and pints of beer. And one day a week, I would just go, not nuts, but I would let myself go a little bit. Does that make sense? And just live and be normal. And I think that really helped. But that was only like 1 meal out of 21. So it's 121st. Now, if I looked on the scales on my dirty day and I hadn't lost any weight, if I wasn't detached from that outcome and focusing on activity, if halfway through the time I wasn't halfway towards the goal, say, for example, the outcome was lose 4 pounds in 7 days, if at day 3.5 I hadn't lost 2 pounds, the motivation to carry on will be destroyed. And this is where I was talking to the lady yesterday. She was saying, well, the goal's 100 members. I said, okay, so how long is it going to take you to do that? She said, I don't know. I said, well, let's say 6 months. What are you going to do in 3 months' time if you've only got 10? Oh, that would be awful. And straight away, her shoulders went down, her demeanour changed, her spirit was gone. And you could see how demotivating even the thought of not being halfway there in half the time was doing to her. So my suggestion to her was, do you know the work that you need to do to generate members consistently? Yes, I need to be marketing to this offer, to this landing page. I said, okay, so if you use a metric, how many leads a day on average do you think you need to generate to get the outcome? And she came up with a number. It was between 5 and 10 new leads every day into her autoresponder that would generate the sort of outcome she was looking at. I said, okay, so how many adverts do you need to place? How many pieces of content do you need to produce? How many new subscribers on YouTube? And so all these activities we could then list out. This was the work that she was going to do. Detach from the outcome. Just keep doing the work. And do you know that the best way to enjoy, or the most important thing about setting a goal, is achieving it? And if you set a goal to row 15 minutes every day at a certain pace and a certain distance, and you record it and you tick it off and you know you've done it. I've done that so many times and felt good because I've achieved the activity. Even some weeks when I've put 5 pounds on, and that can happen. Sometimes exercise will force your body into like a starvation mode, and it'll retain water because it's like it's shocked. So it retains water. And it is remarkable how that can happen. But it didn't stop me from pursuing the goal, because I was getting a kick out of achieving the goal just by getting the result of doing it 5 days a week. And that achievement keeps you going. So in a nutshell, set the activity as the goal, detach from the outcome and do the work, and record it and track it and enjoy the feeling of succeeding at hitting a goal. Okay? My name's Steve Greenhalgh. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. And, if you've got any comments, what your experience of goal setting has been, or if you think I'm talking an absolute load of cock, that's fine. Just leave a comment in the box below. Steve Greenhalgh, stuck in a truck, saying, enjoy life. Enjoy it all, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.